I know you guys cut practice short a little bit yesterday. Did you see something that the guys maybe needed a little physical break?
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot shorter, just probably about a total of 8 minutes or so.
Okay.
And so just little things that we streamlined, and whether it was one less rep of a team period or a little bit individual. So yeah.
Is that just because it's getting later in the year? You want guys to be fresher?
Yeah, it's a combination of things. Yeah, I mean, at this point in the year, you're always, fresh is a relative term, just like health is a relative term. This is at that point, and we got to get our work in and make sure we're also taking care of our bodies and eating and sleeping and recovering, all those things.
Seems like the guys have kind of kept a week-to-week kind of goal set. At this point in the season, do you start talking to them at all about bowls, end of season type of goals? Or
yeah, no, that's a good question. So, we talk a lot about handling what we can handle. Controlling the controllables. Obviously, getting to a bowl game is a goal for any team, and it's no different for us. But the only way to get there is to take care of this week and prepare as hard as we can and practice as hard as we can, get to the game and play as hard as we can. So those are the same things we focus on. We feel like if we take care of, the things we control, then we'll be in a position.
On top of getting that extra game and travel and the experience of a bowl, how much would kind of having those developmental extra practices help if you guys could pull off a bowl game?
Yeah, the more practice you get, the better.
Yeah.
And so obviously the bowl practices and those things are obviously important to every program. But like I said before, all we're focusing on right now is today's practice and now getting ready for tomorrow's practice.
On the series with UNLV, was that in the works before you got here, or did that sort of come up?
Yeah, that was happening well before. I would assume well before. Yeah, those things tend to be 3, 4, 5, 8 years out, it seems like. So yeah, that was well before I was here.
I'm gonna do a thing on Ray Davison this week, and just wonder what kind of season he's had, what you've seen out of him.
I think he's done a great job, and he has played a lot of football here in different roles, and he played well for us early in the season. Then we needed some help at outside linebacker position, and he's a smart, really smart guy, and he understands the defense, and I still think he's, each week he plays better and better, and he's a real conscientious guy. The guys on the team really respect him, so we're in a better place because of Ray and what he's brought to our team.
Were you guys just basically looking for depth when you moved him outside, or was there something about his skill set that you said, hey, maybe moving him out of the middle?
Combination.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think he's even playing at a higher level even out there, just because some of the skills he possesses. He's got good pass rush. He chases the ball really well, and not that he wasn't doing some good things inside, but I think it's shown up on tape and impacting the game at outside.
He's one of the best quotes that we have out here. What is he like in the locker room, in the meeting rooms, on the field?
I think he's got a big personality. Again, guys like being around him, and he's really smart. I think he's a really good ambassador for the program. He's engaged in football, the meetings, in campus, a lot of different things. He's a really well-rounded guy.
How's the offensive line shaping up as far as getting guys back and getting guys healthy? Is that coming along?
It's coming along. Yeah, it's coming along. We'll see by Saturday, but I think again it's one of those things we talked about where we're in season healthy, which means we're banged up at spots, and we got to have guys that can play different positions, especially at O-line, and that's what they're practicing this week.
What about Patrick? Is he likely to come back?
Yeah, we're hopeful. We're hopeful he'll be back, and he's got back in practice and those things. So yeah, if he's able to play, Pat will play. That's in his DNA.
I was talking to Coach DeRuiter about when you got the job. He was texting you and having to weigh you down. Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, wear me down. No.
What it was that finally wore you down?
No, it wasn't that at all. I've known Coach DeRuiter kind of 1 degree of separation for a while, and we had actually talked probably before last fall about getting together in the off season and talking football, and I had known a lot of people that have worked for him or with him, and so you kind of connected that way in football. And we were about 1 degree away, and anyway, so when things started happening, we got a chance to talk, and during that time, as you can imagine, it's pretty busy, you know, and so we finally got a chance to talk and come over, and like I said, I knew a lot of the people that knew him, and all of them said the same things. You know, he's a great guy, he's a really good coach, we'd get along fantastic, and that's true. And so we visited for just a little while here in Berkeley, and you know, obviously talked a little football, and he knows a ton of football, and just his kind of personality and his ability to communicate with people and connect people and get them on the same page has been huge for us. So.
With Oregon State coming in, big piece for them is Ryan Null.
Yeah.
How many different ways do they use him? I know they use him Wildcat, all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, a lot of different ways. I mean, different runs. You know, he'll line up in different places. They use him in motion. They'll direct snap it to him. He's a really talented player. He's a big guy. He runs really hard, and so he's a really good weapon for him. And so they move him around, and it's not like he's always doing the same thing. So they keep you on your toes with those things.
You guys always talk about getting bodies to the ball. Is that even more important this week against the team?
Yeah, it's important every week. You know, and you want to, you know, one-on-one tackling is one of the hardest things there is in football. So you want to get more than one guy to the football, and that's going to be critical for us this week. And you got to be starts with your alignment, your assignment, and your execution of the play, and then we got to run like crazy to the football. And guys have done a good job of that this year. And you know, I'd love to say we're going to go through a game and be perfect 100% on tackling. It's, you know, it's not likely. I'm not sure anybody does. So it's about running to the ball and playing team defense, and we're going to have to do that this week.
Thank you.